In my last video, we talked about dating in Japan, but now it's time to switch it up. Making friends in Japan can be just as tricky, if not harder, than dating. So let's break it down and talk about what it's really like trying to connect with people out here. Trust me, it's a mess, but I've got some stories to share, so let's get into it. Making friends as an adult is already hard, but making friends in Japan, especially Tokyo, tough. Now, when I first moved here, I was lucky because I had already met some people online before moving. I've had those same friends since 2020, 2021, so I never really went through that dark foreigner loneliness phase that people talk about. But that doesn't mean I didn't try to make more friends. And I'll tell you, there were some weird and interesting experiences that came with that. And just like dating, friends will ghost you too. You could be out there vibing, thinking you found a new bestie, and boom, radio silence. I did have a real one though, but she moved to England. So how do you actually make friends in Japan? In most Western countries, if you vibe, you vibe. That's it. You're basically family now, you hang out, hit each other up, and boom, you got a bestie. In Japan, nah. You can have an amazing conversation with someone. Y'all could be laughing, bonding over your favorite anime, talking about life, and never hear from them again. And it's not even beef. Sometimes they just don't have that concept of friendship that we do in the West. The culture is different. People are polite, but distant. Like, you can't be 100% honest and raw because, well, the society here isn't built for that like it is in the West. Now, there are two types of Japanese friends. Of course, there are more than these two, but these are the two that I often come across personally. Now, number one, the ones who have lived abroad or speak English. These are usually the cool ones. And then number two, the ones who only speak Japanese and never left Japan ever in their life. Now, these are the ones where you gotta be careful about how you act and what you say. Because let's be real, a lot of Japanese people already think foreigners are a little much. So if you come on too strong, you might accidentally scare them off. And let's not forget that most Japanese people stick with their university friends or childhood friends, so it's not easy for them to add a foreigner into their tight-knit circle. Now, there's a layer to making friends as a foreigner here. Sometimes, you can be the only foreigner in a Japanese social setting. Depending on who you're with, you might get completely ignored or alienated. For example, I worked at a type of establishment, I won't say where it was, but let's just say it's rare for a foreigner to work there, almost unheard of. And this place had potential for me to make friends. But the girls that I worked with, they were mean. Like, the way I was treated, terrible, terrible. Now, in front of customers or certain people, the girls acted friendly. They acted like we were all cool and laughing it up and complimenting each other. But the second no one was watching, it was like I didn't exist. Full-on conversations happening right next to me, and I wasn't included at all. And if I tried to join, ignored.
I don't know her.
Ignored. And the few times they did acknowledge me, it's like they were testing me to see if I would slip up or say the wrong thing in Japanese and just get some kind of personal information that they could use on me. And I didn't answer any of those fucking questions because fuck them. Now, once again, I won't say exactly where this was, but you could probably already guess if you're familiar with Japan. But let's just say in some places, if you're the only foreigner in the room, you will feel it. And it's never a good thing. It's never a good thing to feel that you are a foreigner and you're just different and singled out. So, where can you make friends? All right, so you're trying to build camaraderie, right? Where do you find it? Where do you start in Japan? Well, there are many places where there is potential, but you gotta be careful. For example, the workplace. As a woman, at least, in Japanese offices, it's tricky, especially with the women. Some will befriend you once again just to get the inside scoop on you. Office girls are competitive for no reason. Now, if you're an English teacher, it depends on the school. Like international schools, you're in luck. You work with other foreign teachers, so making friends is easier. And the Japanese staff there actually speak English. Sometimes. Now, as an ALT, you're cooked. You're literally rotating between schools, and the other teachers don't really see you as a coworker, more like an outsider who just shows up sometimes. So, find another way to make friends, because ALT, you're not making any friends. You're lonely as fuck. Listen, be careful, because some people are not there for actual language exchange. I met most of my friends this way back in 2020, 2021, but I was still living in Broward at the time. And it was COVID, so we called and bonded and actually exchanged languages and was able to learn from each other. But over the years, the apps have gotten worse because COVID is over and other dating apps are, you see the same people from like 2 years ago. And so everybody migrated to the language exchange apps, I guess. This is just a estimated guess. I don't know this for sure. But because the men figured out that they can't be slick on dating apps anymore, they migrated to language exchange apps. And now it's full of people looking for dates, not friends. And yes, the women do it too, but because I am a woman, I have to use men as an op, all right? Sorry, men, I'm never apologizing to men. I take that back. I don't know. If you're serious about learning Japanese and making actual friends, I recommend keeping it same gender, but even then the same gender people just ignore you because they're not there for all that. They're just trying to, And those people can be weird as fuck. Like, I actually met a girl on a language exchange app one time. A girl, all right? And this girl, when we met up, started crying. Like, what the actual fuck is going on, is what I was thinking. Apparently, she thought because I'm American, I would be this tall giant, but I was shorter than she expected. I don't know if that's why she was crying, but then she also said that she thought I was Filipino, not black. And, yeah, I'm sorry if that didn't make sense or you almost had a stroke hearing that, but I don't fully understand either, so let's just move on. So joining hobbies and activities can help you make friends as well, just as well as anywhere else. And I feel like this is honestly your best bet, especially because in Japan there are lots of sports clubs because they're very, very active here. So I recommend joining a gym, even going to gaming cafes, TCG shops, dance classes, where you can find a bond. But men, I know I don't have to tell the non-brain dead men this, but men, if you do decide to approach a girl at any of these places, just don't try to do it while she's in the act, like the gym, for example. Do not, nigga, she ain't trying to do all that shit. She's just trying to work out and get her hot girl body, and you're trying to talk her up and all this bullshit. Leave her alone, bro. Stop fucking with girls at the gym. It's cringe. If you're going home or you're just coming in and going for amenities, that's fine. But bro, in the middle of the act, in the middle of a fucking game, a workout, really? Stop. Anomikas are wild. You can go from just co-workers to glazing each other up all night in one night. But don't get too excited. This is the only time you will see this energy, okay? Within Japanese people, the only time you will see this energy, unless they're on some other shit or they're different, this is the only time you will see this energy. So don't go back to work, expecting that same person you saw Friday night. Now, Japanese people compartmentalize their relationships. Drinking buddies are drinking buddies. Co-workers are co-workers. Mistresses are mistresses. Family is family. They'll be fun as hell at the bar, but the next day, like I said, back to being co-workers. Back to being co-workers. Your Ijiwaru Shacho? Don't expect him to be friends with you on Monday. So what actually works? How can you make friends and keep friends here? So I'm gonna be honest, there really is no method, bro. It's just like making friends anywhere else. Whatever sticks, whatever vibes. There is no list, there is no step, there is no how to. People are people and people are shit, and you just gotta meet a non-shit person. But if you are shit, you are a match made in heaven. But if you're not shit, just good luck. Good luck. But something that can help, for the sake that we are in Japan, living in Japan, learning Japanese can help you make friends better, faster, however you want to word or put that. Even a little goes a long way. Language is a bridge, and even a basic understanding can help you connect more deeply. And the more you learn, the more Japanese friends you can make. And I also suggest, if you don't want to be completely lonely, foreigner-friendly spaces can help too. Now, I know some of y'all are like, but I want a Japanese friend and speak Japanese. Yes, I understand that you want to immerse yourself and be Japanese, and you're never going to be that. So I don't know why YT people try to do that. But I think it is important to have the same country friend, because there are some things that we cannot convey in our second or third language that we can in our mother language, because sometimes you just want to be seen and heard, and Japanese is already a language where it's hard to express yourself. Like, of course, I can speak Japanese, but doing these videos in Japanese just doesn't work and wouldn't hit the same. So I recommend international meetups, expat groups, Discord. There's all kinds of stuff. There's even like international parties, which once again, that's just a cesspool for hooking up and dating. But these are places where you can find people who are on the same wavelength as you, hopefully. And just be patient. If you move here for the first time, and you didn't make friends beforehand coming here, friendships in Japan do take time. People feel distant at first, but if you stick with it, you'll find genuine connections. Just don't be on no weird nut shit, and you can find friends that'll stick with you. Now, online is an option, but choose wisely. You can meet great people online, but you also just need to be careful about the intentions of others. Alright, so making friends here in Japan, especially Tokyo, does take effort, but once you do, it'll feel pretty solid. Now, me personally, I don't do the whole online or meet people through apps anymore, because it just got weird. It got weird and saturated with a lot of nut shit, and I don't really feel like I need any new friends or relationships. I'm at the point in my life where I just want to be alone in my room and record like I'm doing now. I don't like talking to anybody. I won't even show my face. There you go. All right, so what did you guys think of the video? What do you think about online culture? Or do you live in Japan? How did you meet your friends? Or any other tips or tricks that you got that you can give that I wasn't able to? Let me know in the comments. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.